Medofo, meeting the abona skin pain. Medisika koma madofo, any abusia, and the tap send this so. Adentia, every say, so easy, reliable, fast, and convenient. Sim market webby, na adofo, and saka, sikano, and wagana, and quite pain, and I will be fast war. And one say, go back grabo or smartphone. Now I download do a tap send. Our phone so now what they call and need Samkess and say, baby, I will be a what's miss send this sika, a comuabusia, a wa my ganemu, a wa bra won't ya she, a tap, nemo mukai, say, obey you so promo code. A was screen you see, and the accessor now obey ya £5 on top. €5 on top. Sika, what do you come out ebusia? Ewo oh my Ghana, ma mene papa, any beje dodo, sata aba.
Alright, so we're back on your screens. This is Showbiz Daily.
Well, I started to girls this year. Akwaboah and I reading for my. But then I was asking, sir, can you be a good singer?
No.
You can't be a good singer?
No, I can't.
But initially he said yes.
No, I said no. Listen, Akwaboah toy, minto. You know, I said you spoken word and a rap and a name.
Rap. Spoken word.
Yeah, spoken word
and a rap.
Yeah.
Enti ye bad rap they are bit my rap.
Oh yeah.
But say you the ultimate.
Na minto.
Even to save your own life.
Oh my life they say and they say worship they say me kwasa me gine mu kura mic na wana me gine mu sa.
Yeah, be na me hwe say the way.
Oh so ne. Asa say wafo.
Hey, that's jump on you.
Asa so believe. No, it's not. I said, listen, I went to a church and I sang the same. I said, and the pastor called me and told me that on no boss so near assassin into sorrow ne assassin. No boy. But for so I got confused because now me mean himself. So I was like, yeah. So I went to a church and the pastor was telling me no. So I got confused for a minute, but ebia the work but me to no you for say na work but a bit correct him. Say also
songwriter then
ebia say bia
when you're the try.
But say to save my life there. To save my life then I met to.
And you born gospel songs be one ma o dey be opportunity but we one so another what yeah
na quality also ya de kakra.
So the musician.
me instrumentalist
Auntie.
because me musician I be no be say bia
Yeah.
voice
Me instrumental voice dey nye. It ultimate tone your mama sister impo enna. And then go back and
la the any me
I to your
I'm the trumpet no oh me the trumpet yi solos man me the boy Akwaboah man
the trumpet yi dey
solos
to your mind have no go fat trumpet.
But me say ko trumpet.
Oh no, they na TV. Ma ko bi na boss xylophone na ko yi. But me na also
Musician.
yeah they try on there
o to nyomo to record so that.
o ma baki
Oh, okay.
microphone
That's why we never have me because me ma to nyomo to record so ya promote. Hey, you guys don't know this about me. I was in a music group called in 24.
Oh, you a joke.
Oh, what about you about there?
Oh, serious.
The group was called in 24. I never penny kwesi openi.
Openi go today.
Now maybe openi kweko. I open the mic na me tunyo empty odo me nya me ho e mo me nko me nka anya sa o be.
Are you serious? You know church how you play?
No, I'm serious.
Hey.
No, I've been on the stage performing, studios recording.
I believe him.
My first recording was at a studio at Abeka, TV Blasio. The late.
Ah, you like serious or you play?
Yeah. Do I speak like jokingly? Like I'm not a serious. I'm a serious guy.
Then you are like emotional musician.
But before I name Akwaboah, come on, let me pick your opinions on Steve Mensane screen Shen and Sammy Akwasi. Nana, hey fan original hey. Shen Steve Mensane hey fan original. Start Akwaboah.
My opinion is very weird on this matter because me in some sense here every time me no share you know say be share puna e twempana ana ye nyoma. There were days where things were good, there were days where things were bad. That's why it's called life. Na say me ni won nya adwuma bi me ni won twempana bi na BBSC na wo ye tu na intimi infa jadwen ko say once upon a time I looked at you and I said I love you, or I looked at you and I said oh you are so good. Now all of a sudden we have to become enemies because of emotions. Now the emotions need to do na ochinibi ukoshia nipa na you have to do a pretend or you have to fake a smile. So me I don't support it. Like in all honesty and I come has say no say nipa tu ni or nipa tu ye adwuma wi a every time won't take very few now let say oh I make a believe assembly no bia ye din bia kwa ni bia bi na ka so I ask myself inti ye udi mechi bar radio Obeka say oh me artist with the number 1 the whole Ghana no na you trim kind and I say na be abimboni with actually and I say also artists no can say oh this my manager he be number 1 but you also do you have a clean mind or you are also lying? So we all too now I'm so disappointed like at the point where you are holding an artist you're also about to do your own solo project. This game it goes round. Tomorrow you can be a Sean. Tomorrow Steve can be head of music at YouTube. Or Chinechi, Sean can be the biggest, Steven will need help. So if we destroy ourselves because we are not working again, life may never nante forever. Hey, emotions actually 3 days ago. 1 week. And then you sit down and then you like I want to mention myself. I'm so disappointed. I'm not Steve no. So anymore.
It's not about that.
No, because when I Bema, when I Bema, inti say SMC Obani Obema Ntima. Ideally, whatever a woman would do.
Man, Steve, they say why is Steve on camera?
Oh, so I'm not trigger asem. When you buy your juma, you own the artist per label contract. If you only me social media, many will need juma biem. So if you want to change, right, as a whatever, you need to issue a press statement first that we've taken over so and so because I have fans. I have people who were following that account because of what I did, not because of you manager building the page.
Okay.
So if you are switching, you need to do a press release first, and tell all my fans say, and yes, before we were home, but account A and B here, it belongs to so and so management. You know, we've taken over, which is okay. But we are mistaken now. You are actually causing confusion among Asian fans, and also with new artists now on the banner. You are actually building hate for her indirectly. And in the interview, Sean made a comment and said, "What is it in same Steve Eka." And I feel like if it is true or not, you are a man. Your best solution to every pain is silence.
Okay, thank you. Nana already. Mami got Kobiche, Hoda Misa Kobiche, and also the opinion on this because I remember Kobiche started the Instagram discussion with me. Say, Sammy, no the pane Steve, they are the Kasana Instagram band featuring Nana Blue. Instagram Nana Blue featuring a shared online. Like how? Kobiche, so far after creation the interview with Zion Felix after so far then we're resolving too.
I think Nana can make but let me just add a few things to it. Now you say so bakaya mene Ishon ejuma kakra ejuma yesi bia but otua me kasa mene nko media talk.
Yeah.
So bakaya ko kumasi no we. na uko baby
What is your custom comedy at all?
Ishon.
Satan no ne.
Satan no we je adwuma.
Ba na under.
Yes.
Okay.
Uko baby presenter no na say DJ Makajo say question presenter question will be say Ishon bia what is happening between you and Siemens? But station me ko bia I told me the tata no. Sana mess afechire Polutu Ishon kra.
I'm a presenter.
No.
Are you sure?
Yes. Sir, Ishon is ungrateful. Ishon is ungrateful. Ishon is ungrateful. Baby, I'm from the present the same question. Routine question and them all stage toy again na bisa mo say dia nana kan unu be yejuma na se bibia ba professionally. Brabo nse beka say me ni nipa we enye ejuma bi o. You don't go about say you say you na she be nkomo there, but let the right thing be done. Again, also me no hwempena. And I hear about business and business and feelings and I na can you concept what you say confirmation for too much. Oh,
na then e share no na.
We say no no because Ishon asem see after you should have kasa o. Asem see that but me no me dey say mess akasa say Ishon is ungrateful. After say Ishon have kasa. So something had to trigger Ishon to come out. Ishon no me oba no which control no why you dia. It only the public plan na kedu kan so dey. So
when they started for temporary trainer and
yes, into no it shall say still miss Asian or Aspentes and or the ope listen sometimes no starting numpo
not Asian is
starting until who no feeling now I shall to tears here it's around the line no and no or didn't dream guys oh me person me turn and I'm not sure then I want to help you
it's a casata na ka expect sanka mesin every move. Then na can be how expect say because of said business
business
everyone
that the feel na act like managers will break the chair you because somebody managers will break the chair why you can say almost all stresses
okay one na person body
oh you feel TV oh what you say on manage I get on here no problem am I be here was want to be here it's not I say you confirm say the business is bad muna like I saw you last job be do need there me fat feelings into chain na yenye business sisi am no ka say me say come me phone story about her he should say confirm o man sign contract or say okay then he have also or say confirm e do mo yen never said any formal contract.
No, I think I said it earlier. I said only way they are now no girl starting their contract be any.
It's not feelings in their mom. Or don't be a mom. Now no be a boss or those them to their what the best no. I can't tell you baby.
Okay. To what really say what is happening on
yes. Omo nyina act emotions and on professionalism nyina until next time the future be mom share say we should be some managing na aya mo fa feelings and ton check akara say business so mo focus on business girls so na say mo ba mo so mo pese mo ya start mo go show be o pese I want to help you na we jam mama no
oh you see a girls now but no more dream be which I think is not a bad man like that almost say ejuma kakra ejuma kakra Doggy kakra, DJ kakra, Mobo kakra, Bibia kakra.
Sorry, kakra. We lose no question kakra.
Anyway, in the mix. So far, but let's announce to the people say our man Coffee Mate will still come here tomorrow. He's promised us now. On the side of the story now, or share no, or be share, but there is a pattern to still he won't talk about. Till the buy a bit has a better than I ever went to know. Yeah.
Mixing business with pleasure, no. It's bad for business. You know, I am one person make a share artist and artist like husbands who say, okay, if you are the husband, you need to support the person. But officially, it gets a manager to handle the affairs.
Okay.
What you say?
That one is even dangerous.
No, you are part of it, but because of emotional issues, because maybe some person be say only wife who managing and to question fear, how do you do that? And also one thing amount for be in acting professionally, you know, your ability to detach your emotions from your job. Anything that necessary say we should put certain things on paper. You know, that becomes a check on all of us. As you say, my métier you know, and from what she was saying, there was no formal contract.
Because they started dating before the business started.
Precisely. And say, Obia or one a girlfriend, or I'm a star. You know, I have the resources. I think say I can help you in your line of work. You know, so young also and at a point the emotional issues started coming in. And then one thing so what they should have done, like Niall said, the man should have been the man. As I said, or no, he should have kept quiet from the beginning, you know, and then maybe acted in a more professional way instead of say coming out and like Esha was saying, there was a lot of emotional manipulation. You know, and for me that is a very, very dangerous thing. Well, because you don't have any physical scars to show as evidence. Now I know Ekobana Sana. I know a lot of people who go through that kind of thing, especially in relationships. And for us creatives, you know, we are very emotional. You know, so say only be now manipulated to that point now. Rasami when nyamia memoir, nyabet me see no, nyamenkwani because I mean when I was listening to the lady, I was that was here for me because I mean it was laden with a lot of emotions though, but a lot of emotional blackmail. I call so to the point say so for be crab be more you feed this stuff no with information now or no their brain in the form of prophecy. As I say those kind of manipulations
you shall know baby show no I shall have flag there on my broken heart. I come away for cotton. No, that actor said was so die. So I said could be changed by feature but not go as I was saying
and for me if it really happened the way the lady narrated, it was very unfortunate. You know. Now the point is say I mean if you're treating your supposedly future wife that way, what happens when you marry the person? You know, I mean, are you trying to puppet the person to, as it were, be under your control, or you feel that it's a game you're playing? You know, and for me, so I mean, number one, mixing business with pleasure is wrong. Learn to act professionally, learn to document whatever it is, even if it's a one-day contract so that should be big. I mean, because we are emotional beings, emotional imbalances big them more, then we can refer to the document.
Wow. Alright, so that was a good start. But then Mamiko Akwaboah said, why is it that artists almost starting engagement with their business partners, whether record labels, their bosses, who be so they are always economical with the information. But number yes.
I won't disclose, but
yeah, Akwaboah says so back be kind on kind.
I'm sorry,
I think when you're coming up as an artist and some people you can't show on radio and baby you're not supposed to talk about them. And as naive as you are, one and two, ebi anadi unu krampuno, and yet say a amount 1 million Ghana cedis and a baby. To so but now 1 hour because it was 10,000 and as baby. One work as a worker deal maybe a couple sign. Depending Ghana. On the camera, one can over. You get my point. So definitely when you're coming, and just I don't think that every act wouldn't want to talk about it. But as naive as you are, you can say, okay, maybe and can maybe.
And coaching from the labels more.
Usually, yeah. Maybe say you can't. Those times are not Roger Flexi. Okay,
Knockout
local concept here.
So
there are some things that you wouldn't want to talk about because it was a managerial deal. And okay, more boss in it's not like they're pumping money into it and a BB. Near but how much was I signed for another BB? How then do I tell you? But so sometimes let's say be a deliberate say we don't want to talk about it. Nemo say anything say about this can be and I say BB, I'm supposed to see baby as kind of na me who knows can any swap. A honor as an artist you also start feeling that I don't know but maybe one might be an artist the entire and I was why explain it but if middle hot you go do Vivi baby no and one never wants to go boss on 5k 5k maybe 2k go video
yes
1000 ever for costume ever 2k no some manager will give 500 maybe ever 1500 to 1000 no I mean 500 no in the artist no so tenacity 5k ni na 1000 how much you get my point then the start or shall say doing they start thinking and then they're like where's I go do school we should say this and then this when you because miniatures every act be a honor on himself and I be as of here
as the artist you
as yes yeah come on we must know what you are getting into I was you Sammy was you who said na me come no I say you do baby I bet we free base this do you agree to get it okay who agree there so I don't woman there be a bunny at it one see at it it is a 3 years now woman is a 3 years after 3 years now we free more say but usually we don't know the other and to come there and I be a woman but one can't because we see me
as in the level
yes only in part but on country because when you do a person you my cousin will be able to sign empty and deal said you will buy in media and so buy and just cannot go account we will find this in
time ben our sign is a deal
I check a 2009 more
that's not count for lie
that will you know count
for lie
me boss no I mean no I know baby how much is I mean say empty and Hannah I'm nothing Sarkcess ring about me so okay it was a huge song you know Akwaboah sika wa how me ko empty and just man go be because I need be
as the artist
as a songwriter
by
I'm a hot plan for some on one day you go on one
MZ take 12 film
I mean so yeah
once Akwaboah can as we say AB manager no he be by on country because but it all be so artist no instead of being fifi no
exactly
what's the word desperation a bit more
the eagerness
to become
and also come and the womb potain you know no so someone manager
and see it's still happening you want to blow blow now you want to blow you don't care about anything you just want to blow and you
as a promo say 70% of artists contract buyout clause no buyout clause you don't know and I say what they're supposed to do in the contract they don't know so when Kobiche is not supposed to interview them and Kobiche interviews them and the manager says hey I know why Kobiche interview what you breach contract on say because one kind no one kind today somebody came to my office and I maybe say what do you Bremi mean to me do you more Kogamro Kofa certificate Bremi Koha do you Bremi from Bremi what should I say just to put my song that I go listen today in my office and I'm say okay cool
blow now because you the record label Akwaboah say record label when Akwaboah was here
I'm working on my own to see how the main word
as Akwaboah music so no more success
Debbie to see how the success no I check a crowd I check a crowd but yes you'll be here or be someone Sarkcess and Kwan so and Zangu in Tina himself in a Binabema Sarkcess Jumaka Kratam Nelson and okay so and just a bit maybe you now maybe on my own dinner we just sat one time at home but we talked about it and we just felt this is it
how are you guys able to manage it? I'm within the year smooth, sir. The other one, no. That's what it is. There's something I learned from Sarkcess. Ghana hano ensuadio.
Education.
I don't hear kokoti. Odu baby kakra bi opeso obama na hoso kakra. But ebi Sarkcess bibia, for him to get to where he is no, he must be doing something right.
That's right.
Okay, the only right is what I am looking after or looking for, and yet the behavior. Yeah, it is also a prepare and then one super beer or one idea. But musically, they are all right. You get my point. Okay, so when it's according to Nanti and who is okay, fine. At the end of one, you want to make it in life. You have one, you have to throw it away. Make sure, say, at the end of the day, whatever you are doing, you're not frustrated. Because when frustration sets in, I know they're blocking everything that you're doing. And to minutes ago, they maybe you're this year and say, you, I don't have to let frustration set in. Say, no, and I be a do baby, or boy, do baby. I mean, your boy, you love you, and you are going to me, coming go be. And you know, what I had a man, wash her. When you found a boy, okay, fine, or boy, the idea. The one, you know, now one casa, what's I see a wow. In your friend, I'm never into we sat down, we spoke at length that day. What I say, car, okay, bit my say, bit my sentence, and then, oh, but two young men bit me the abandoned shooter. He was even willing to shoot videos for me, even after say, Juma.
Wow.
He got my point, oh, but to do in Fabra, Namamma, and I was feeling so okay, baby, you know, why be? Say, the goodness and Papa. Yes, but Miss Middy Bashasi. Tiakasari, you know, that was it, did you come on? My first time I met my cousin, Casamir, was Gasaloli.
Oh, I see.
What you saying? Guys, I'll show the video with my own money, blah blah blah. God's grace. Till date, when I can even go come over, Charlie, you remember and I say, Obama, me here how I post to remember. What you say? Uru wana makone ni bakona bayaka. And to want to go to Montenafi, and then to come and Abanafi bad blood be. No, yes. But we don't know, be Abeka and if you are Saka no do no sending message. Say out, over send message or reply, yes, baby. But when who say, me just send not 2 weeks, no reply, I am fine. Onya that didn't reply, I am not entitled to say by force of reply. Time no swan, reply. Or the bar, okay, Charlie say, I am good. Send me here and also hear me. Now my head, we are moving. I don't have to come with emotions attached to it. If it's music, because I wasn't even there. What must I say? But at the end of the day, I came in as a family to work. In the real we still have music as our family. And whatever we are doing behind is musically related. Now, my friend, Tracy did it. You know my point. So we must learn to detach ourselves feelings, no, from a human ankasa. So my friends are going on fire and hammer. Because when you say what now, open for say this. You get my point, and that is where the assembly. But there was. Have you ever spoken to Strongman on this before? Someone can say, oh, I say what only this uncle money be done.
Oh, you didn't come at length over certain issues. What I say, but senior on it, if you are Sarkcess, Miss Media is different. In the meantime, can't tell Strong how he should go with him, and as he go and tell Sark how to go with Strong.
After going solo, it's saying now Akwaboah is funding his own project, so betu kwa no abotom nisika Akwaboah no abotom MTN sika dey die by see no Akwaboah the 14th February show now kakra obenya bia ono adia life better compared to a brand now label as no.
Somehow now I will say yes. Why am I saying yes? Say who label as here, they will tell you when to shoot the video. And that's the part that people don't get. They will show you say, okay, no, second your name was by June and August now with your video. Then I'll come yes. But now if I want to shoot any song of mine, all I have to do is just call the director, Charlie, I have to shoot this and do that, and I'm on my way. And I see as yes, a cool year because my boy a show now was okay.
When you play your papa,
your mom is my mom, your mom here, you want to be okay, a great day at one. So make sure to video and I am happy because maybe artists be a miracle because they are on some record labels and then the record label is doing most of the things for them. Say you just see Honoma, now you have to come back and start everything afresh.
You need their welcome. Yeah, Sarkcess. The job of money to better put in there.
But you come, we never say what.
You do.
There was something you do it here. I mean, you get my point. And now I'm happy because I'm finding myself. I am seeing what it is. Okay, the do's and the don'ts. Okay, because of video. What must you have to shoot a video? You have to go to the studios. I was at Terebia. Me and Kasa Nansana me promote many minutes. I had to talk to some guys and no more. Let me say you'll have to even have some group. WhatsApp group, we go sort all of them. DJs be so I don't underground say that here. Can be come down. Yes, manager. What I say, but now it's okay. You have to create this, you have to do this, and yes, I did forget to say about it. You get my point. So I'm still finding myself, and I'm happy I am doing that because I'm giving myself like 5-10 years to come.
But does it not give you pressure being the CEO of Akwaboah Music and being the top artist there, doing administrative or managerial works, writing songs, producing, and more pressure?
Debbie, because I take my time when I'm doing things. So I mean, if you listen to most of my songs and the way I'm releasing my songs,
space.
Yeah. I am bro. I do when I woman, me woman for like main kind of graph for 2009 grandpa and 10. But how much I can know? Me won't go phobia or more back no more. So I'm not home. That's true. What must I? So I'm still bidding myself. There are some songs I had. A buy in the way of boom, boom. 2 weeks, 3 weeks. 4 weeks. None of our artists, not so you know, a bag. What I say, so I don't know. No, I'm just taking my time.
I see. Alright, guys, so you guys can come through. And then the main agenda is to promote the new one from Akwaboah Postimi. Na Kobe Chase on Sammy Bisa Akwaboah. So no Akwaboah or see a mom from Posti or girlfriends need them or no one who posting it. Buy me a bedroom. Another any question Kobe Chase, Mr. Na? One, two, nine.
Okay, over first.
Only and yet I'm coming into only Sarkcess music as you
do. Very smooth.
Yeah, but wasn't this we have been better say yeah press release be better to show say
it would have been cool, but they be they have a bomb home and I'm doing Something made me go to the bar. I say, if you know, what are you going to do about it? You're not going to do anything about it. And as I read now, people were asking.
No, I disagree.
Yeah, okay.
Business-wise, I disagree.
Okay, let me tell you why.
Okay.
I say in that space or time, Obi is a ranting, and Obi is a ranting here. Why aren't you doing this for Akwaboah? Why aren't you doing that for him? But they never asked what you did for him. In the Abasana, will be anyone who say, okay, fine. Will be penning down somewhere. Will be penning the man you soon me against him. And I mean, I won't allow you to do that. So, because I won't allow you to do that, you wouldn't even know, say, I am even out.
It makes sense.
No, it doesn't make sense.
No, wait. A genius and
I played it very calm. So, in order not for you not to know, I would even talk about it.
Right.
You ask questions, you ask, oh, Kasa, oh, can we say, I won't go use me as a bait because Nipa ni Masemka, or kind tweets, or kind of every one word, I send back what they will twist it around. Bloggers, more idea, pa. Maybe I'm in kind. No, I can't. Or to baby, he might feel bad. So, okay, maybe I could continue, maybe I could say, but if you're not make kind, and your men can once and cry. So, yet no fee near Kasa, Kasa, I send a cusi, but my idea once. Would you only scan video and no more? Fabra, and music, I come and make video. But me, I can meet my as well. Mammy, but my dance me back. Okay, there's a press release. Akwaboah is no more with Sarkcess. Yeah, the Jamiasi. Who's our crown? No. You get my point. You know.
What's not talking about?
No, some parts in the
Yes,
when we say every time your cassette paperwork or industry name is lacking because what you went through can be someone's case file or far is soon a next step. When you have a deal with a record label and the deal is over, there are thousands of other labels who are waiting to sign, or there are people. Let me give you an example. We are here. Maybe from this interview, somebody will watch the interview and say, "I like the way you talked. Can you come on my show?" So if you don't tell me as a fan or as somebody who loves you that I have a one, assembly and see, 3 years, that sign. I'm moving on to bigger things. Even in the corporate world, that's every day I use them as an example. In the corporate world, when you work at a corporate company and you're leaving, they even do a send-off party for you, and they even put out a statement because it becomes your referral note.
One was a strong man, there was I think release. And I released in the band. What did they do?
No, some parts I'm coming to that part.
So the next thing they will do
is to do that.
Is use me against, and I wouldn't want that. You get my point. So in order for that not happening, I keep saying this. What you saying is grandpa. I sense one on me. I told the other day, no one was don't call American embassy. I just say, could you know how much so ya could you visa? So our local US and I said, why not? You get my point. So I wasn't going to allow myself. But just to one, feel pain, to make anybody use me as a bait against him. And it worked, did it not?
No, it did, but I'm coming to that part, sir. And I don't blame you, the artist, when you don't want to put out things because the media has reverted and stopped doing their work. For instance, I have to wait for Akwaboah to tweet, then I will take it and turn it and then get traffic and trend. Because systems need has-ins, like Sark, for instance, ideally for have shares in your business for a certain period of time. Ludacris,
even after,
the big labels in the US, even when an artist discovers another artist, almost say Iggy T.I. Even though Iggy is no more with T.I., anybody that Iggy works with, T.I. will get him money. It's part of the agreement. What am I saying? But Obi Meka say, oh, Iggy and T.I. work and this and that, and the media they will not talk about the positive as a negative and this. So it makes the artist timid and scared to even do the right things. So at least from now on, we should learn. The media must go back into doing its work. For instance, if it was like 2008, a media person would have broke that story. Say, and how the media and the story will be correct. It won't be saying because I want to trend. It's because it's story. It's a news. People don't correct my voices. Not Mekai and maybe one of the radio stations. There was a show 4 p.m. 4 bar. As I cried night particular show because of the content that was on the show. So a lot of artists and ever since because we are come to launch this Miss Africa thing, I'm meeting artists upon artists and upon artists, and the complaint is so bad. Say they are even scared to even talk. Say Charlie, do my name manager way, because the moment the next thing that comes is and humans have emotions. So media not so supporting artists. No, if we say we're going to fix this industry, I keep saying the media must turn first. When we turn, everything else will fall in place.
All right, thank you so much, Nana. Yeah, I read you, and I'll still be reading some of your comments. Shout outs to you, Zion Felix, Victorious 1GH. Big ups to Bieja BTS boss. You also watching us. Yes, boss. Komiche, so the Unipa, but I had for Sam. Now your question is
yes. So I think say you can be a Akwaboah. Sorry, follow no. I mean music wise, saying name musicianship character. I crown. But I have only one problem with Akwaboah. I think say Akwaboah switch.
Okay.
with Akwaboah.
Okay.
And I think so the last time I really say Gangsta Loving, near called media Medinichi.
Yeah.
His problem, one problem is promotion. His attitude towards promoting his own music. Akwaboah drop on him, or interview 1, 2, and 1. Sometimes we come to Akwaboah. What is the next place?
Yeah.
On number 2, I between Akwaboah next station. One next, but oh,
I'm very income. Me bought scenario the payment. I'm Akwaboah be free. Me wo mini pe bi wo Accra City Hotel. Me whoso wum Akwaboah. I'm say ma o ske bi ni e ka don fa ma Akwaboah be ma. One day me wanna be happening. Me money.
no 3 more.
What's happening? Sammy, is Akwaboah a good artist? Yes, he's a good artist. Does he have good songs? Yes, he has good songs. So why is he not doing so many things like I see other artists doing? I said, well, I don't know. I'll even call him for an interview. He'll come. And tell them who boost out me status. Oh, finally! So finally, Akwaboah is coming. Akwaboah committee wants to know what's the problem. Is it laziness? Is it tiredness? Which one?
Okay, so everyone mama say why am I saying that? I see so many things happening.
Okay.
I don't like noise.
Right.
I always want the music to speak for itself.
Okay.
Maybe they don't know. Sometimes because one, what we are having right now on our plate, let me be honest, on most of the radio stations, what they do, they always want to make songs up.
Yeah.
To Nyabona, for instance, time in the he wants to line up songs like that.
Sure.
How are you going to add Mashable to it? I feel you're being fake if I come and sit in front of you and you tell me Akwaboah is a very good act, and when I leave, you don't really put my ears out there. So one, remember back me and Sabi. But me say me bani we na some me interview we kunkrum. Akwaboah says it's not some kwa. The next day no. Enyame nkwa me nyom na yebo. So then what do I do? If it's a social media, my name is okay. Ho na me here. Kakra. Whoever loves my songs, and me that Sarkcess was. He taught me this thing, and I'm being honest. You see, I can't have everybody to myself. I can't. I stand to be corrected though. I can't have everybody to myself as a Akwaboah fan. In Tikakra na meet me who say we are me fans. My core fans who know where my music is, they would find it. In Tisameya Shades of Love concert, who's in the concert in it. And so, be a problem, man said, I was even surprised when we started playing Gangsta Loving as the first song on my show, and the whole crowd was jamming. I'm like, you guys know Gangsta, now the band of Gangsta Loving by and me and the same. But when say on most of the platforms, maybe the fry cocoa. So, any promoter, I know where to put them. And the core fans that I have, those who love Akwaboah music, are going to grab it. So, when I call for, I'm going to bet you 150 Ghana cedis, 200 Ghana cedis, I'm bet national. Do you get my point? Dan say because me to 1,000 stations, you bought that they need a movie more movie. And that's one thing about Ghana.
Okay, so let me also use this opportunity to also
Address it.
yes.
But you.
Let me what's the word? Educate you. When you
don't say educate, share wisdom.
Share wisdom.
Yes.
Share information.
Sharing wisdom.
Okay, bro.
Where do you go to school?
No, I feel free.
Yes. So the point is that when you release a record and you move on platforms, it might not necessarily be say, oh, Kwako promoting you no. Obi to say they are working, Obi change because say send Akwaboah ka say I want to invest in Akwaboah. So it goes beyond just even going to promote your music.
Sure.
Exactly. But you can say you are going to promote this song. Maybe I come mobium. But some flexibility are better now. Maybe I never say yeah on you and I know Obabe now to we are going to introduce you to new people. So I telling me say core fans now, crop of fans now you don't want them to grow. You want them to grow. So going on platforms, exactly, you have to win more shows, and that's my problem. Maybe I so media talk. It's not necessarily even to go and promote your music. To also get new crop of fan base to listen to that song and but they'll go and subscribe to YouTube channel to follow your music there. You understand? So don't always have that mindset. Say, I'm going on a platform to promote my music. You are promoting your name, your brand, everything Akwaboah music.
Thanks.
Okay, let me add something. Right?
Okay, add something.
Remember my example. Today, I went to a TV station. Now, I wanted to present a new talent I signed with Muse. So I took his press kit.
Muse is a record label?
No, it's a talent agency.
Okay.
Yeah, so I took everything to them. And I'm doing original. The response from the person, I took myself off, like say, now, say, be artist, the response from the media person was so bad that sometimes when an artist don't come for interviews, and I said, yes, I already runs now. Me and I understand them. Anybody who knows me at Muse will tell you. Me send an interview. So when a bit me friend me child interview, I say interview you won't do. What will be the angle? Wait, let's find an angle, then you go come, because artists respect their art. But if you don't respect the art that he's giving you, and he comes and you even, it me call like a reception train. Now, if I not take reception or train, obi train man no wa hwe nim. Uko ve mun kan say na wa betina so on kasa. Interview that day could have been his best interview. But because of the little treatment that you gave the artist, it can kill the whole interview.
But Nana said no so me say because of that you won't
No, me cause I'm saying.
I think let me
Kobe's point is solid. I'm just saying that sometimes I understand from the artist's angle because of the way and how things are done. Sammy, you worked with artists before. Say we too kind on the artist for your promo. Who send a treaty artist? And I say a top class, but it's a small level be a demo artist. So so it makes the artist, and I say even interviews, you are doing it so well. Getting the conversation will be what say because ABA kakra mfani same and I say young no your friend into no or tena say waka kwete when team 10 minutes. The Akwaboah say Akwaboah say you never say. Say then na me sure say bye. Say then Akwaboah be say no. So that the copy can is true, but that person can also kill the artist. Into say person artist need PR. One big star, many Nico Showbiz, no catch me say, Charlie, no why I need to go interview again. I say why? Because I see you, Charlie. If I go the interview, say the questions will be the same. The treatment be the same.
So how do you write the song? How do you come by the song? Is it like is it your gift or one?
You see, no,
Kobe.
Asking the same question, it is debatable. It is no,
I've
also had a lot of
Kobe speaking like a management member, more alarm.
Sarkcess the same interview. First, I'm not American. Until some young man said, no, a wrong statement.
No, but one can even on your page, you don't do that.
Maybe.
No, wait. You never upload it. The reason why I remember show page and also show page, is the fact say Obama caption be it is very, very like Obia, not the movie, and I'm a caption. But I can tell you for a fact, as I'm now all kind of artist, it is the same anytime you go.
No, make can say me back. No, me first me dreams and I say more call way be some same question. No, because say let me share wisdom.
No, share.
Educate me.
Yes. So platform that's what we say what inspire your music. Oko under platform what inspire your music. Again, don't forget say you're introducing yourself to different group of people, different listeners.
Okay.
No.
Don't argue this.
What inspired Akwaboah's music?
Yes. That's solid.
What even? Where do you start your music? And some musicians find this question irrelevant. How did you start your music career? And what's your hobby? No. It depends on even how you go about it. Maybe other platform, how you define it might even be different from Sammy Fledis TV.
No, but Kobe.
So how you say it, how you
present it.
You present it.
See,
it's the key thing. So people say presenter actually say what inspire their challenges. But their approach is different.
I see Sammy say, a very intelligent person. Just what here. My corner shows you like twice, thrice. The question will be sound. Will you question yourself before you answer the question?
Yeah.
One and two. Let's not forget say yes, as everybody into the music industry. So question yes, as dada.
Yeah.
To imagine says I could same question within the 7 years, definitely.
Yeah.
You will feel what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And they say if there be what inspired your music, I do love you first one. Message you buy what inspired your music. For 7 years as an artist.
Let me help. Let me answer.
But that's what this is about identity education. I mean,
no, I mean it's
a good.
So I think the presenter should be
no. Wait a minute.
innovative.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Order. Okay, this is my show. Put the camera on. Order.
I think so. There was no person say the president should be innovative, and that's one thing I also admire by you. Maybe I say what inspire music, but maybe you don't go far. Because what inspired exactly. You know, I think say it's also a good call. The presenters in media, we should be innovative.
No. The person divini say. It is not Akwaboah and also addresses our daily too.
Exactly.
One day, every year, your question is now 1 way. We should diversify our way of asking questions. It's now Akwaboah say advice no wafa. It's a year near 2 years go for
exactly.
You told me Akwaboah and Kwa, then we come back to him and hate him. Okay, bro.
No, he's talking like a typical creative person.
Exactly.
You know, and one challenge such people has to do with the business side of things.
Yeah.
What did I say? 80 send me to me turn the phone money a year. Can make us say Ompo be money running administrative show, you know, so that he can concentrate on the writing and the creative aspect of the business.
Okay.
Because Showbiz, you know, and there, I'm sure say when he was on the Sarkcess, he had a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
You know, but you see a baby one, it's as and when he feels like, and that's how creative people think.
Yeah.
You know, as and when he feels like. But when he has a business-minded person running the show, I mean the administrative side of issues. Or no filikra,
the person edging on.
Yeah. Let's get the job done. So I think that's one side.
Okay, Nana, so you can come in before we talk about it.
What's up? And I do 11. We're gonna be making on any day at home. Bro, what's up, Charlie? This is your song, the debut. You start rolling talk. You see,
let's talk about Postimina. Yeah, activating for night. I know people would want to call.
So like the name can say, treatment of artists. Chroma saying, if Akwaboah should say from today. I say my net too big. Speak to my PR. Because he's the most arrogant artist in this country.
Yes.
But maybe it's not too heavy for an artist to speak on. Ebianka FM. I say Sammy flex per interchemu. Nanka wa free PR. Akwaboah official PR ni wakasa. But once a media person to even hear say Akwaboah say we need PR nkasa no. Akwaboah's name will not sleep on that person's lip until say
typical example. And then we call interview TV station Bright. Now Obi frame me fire. Say Asankrogo say boss pacho your entertainment segment go on by so the person for in 5 minutes.
Wow.
And I'm like
Wow.
and I'm in frame pacho 0244. Because I don't even know right now where I am. Saying this, and it's not like it doesn't have almost every blessed day. Saturday, sometimes entertainment shows Saturday. Or meet my floor 10 minutes, 15 minutes before time. And I don't know how they get you the artist your number. I won't feel say or friend manager too long man.
Long process.
Yeah. So if you fix your industry we need to start from us. What is news to Sammy Flex will not be news to Nanaya, but we all know what is news.
Yeah.
So premium in this country is relative, but you need the premium. So me the minimum bro, my friend being producer. Oh bro, my artist I a new record. My message in it here. If you want to put him on your show, send me a feedback back on you. Oh, an artist now from. Oh, she send me a call free. I call you. I said them to show you so. Now I say okay, cool, my friend, bro. Oh, if me saying you that thing, any feedback, then you be post a video rush. I just call the guy. I said no, you not for do that, because you don't know where the person is. Final tune change. Oma will be good content. Say DJ, say producer woman good story angle any controversial any click into no oh that can you put the who cry oh into an artist maybe not is like like this in the past 2 weeks artists I make sure no most of them that's their bitterness say Joe a typical example is Sister Fia on her Twitter she says when her beef was going on
yeah
we saw how people were jumping on the music media phone the camp or so how do you want that person to wake up and call Kobe Chain and say Kobe from Famiko Road
and
already you've killed the person
instead of going through the noise I would want to release a ebi abakumi no ko interview bakumi ni bia abetenase no wa hwe baby enyum na nkasa eko so if yes you just follow up okay or had bia you're posting them on your IG or you're sending the links around say bia people will get to know the song it give yourself like 2 months enyum ne be kon afi bo say enyum na chase maybe posting me body na know say I didn't know say I was going to take that short time
no message no it's a message so straight person will cause a problem or because your fan say ne boy be pound worry me them worry make me posting me very comfortably
okay
but boy being worry everyone say nana ya ready mo nana ya ready worry oh yes sure say 1 week let me post say hi to my sweetheart so and so
it may depend on nana adwene or you post
because opposite one day be free. Militant don't be free. Hey, come here, Abba. On to me. Eti minim the opposite enye with Samuel no. Give us no air to but still enyanti o.
And think
enyanti o mase.
Very simple. When you say me try no. Ma you know sao. But you know say you na. Better buy no say man asumu mo. I didn't tell myself more because Obabia pe akrokro. It is a boy the little status ni bibia anything. Say what more posted and I be. And you know, me as I didn't done them say as a manager you go about remember why? Because the men are cheating. Some men are cheating. No, the question is who are they cheating with? The same women.
Okay.
What does it? Okay, men they are cheating. Yeah, men be. But who are they cheating with? The same women.
Okay.
And to very grandpa videos of many bars in and it's still the same single ladies. And they who post to more supposed to be. And they be bring the day obi on any guy because it be your baby so on my own say. Hey, it be or you are like Jimu and the same. And to one be a one was and your sauce in me through on. So we post to but that means me and sending in our bottom. In the end, you are better who posted. I mean, you go I'm coming from. In the end, a vice versa, but the way almost I say, may pinpoint to where we are. Last time we
and Akwaboah, are you saying, say, ye teen you need not man to me and posty obia. I only part here me bear, then it means what there is no love. Is that what you mean?
Debbie, this is what I mean, Sammy. Imagine someone who be in a relationship, cool relationship. What they also do in okay. Why are you hiding behind the word privacy?
For security reasons.
That's your
security.
If I
no. Worry, give now post now no if any guy goes come now contact again address with him.
And dear me can't you say onipa na menen nam no say odo no ye ampa. If the love we share is real, say ampa that means again no do me nko na me do nko a. And na wi ase asembia no ho a ye nka Ghana for ye so mo a betima kan wasem pa. Enti ye be kan wasem no matter what you do you're going to talk about you.
Real, yeah.
If the love is real, let them talk about you. As long as it is real.
Love no ebi wo.
Ebi wo ba. What is it?
Enti Akwaboah
if the love is real, so make a way post to it. I don't think post any one board post. He said, I brand to be Felice. Get now on a your bar on so get ready. But the chinun and you will be anymore. And I say, you can prioritize, make more posting. So be a cockroach of grandpa and say, get ready for now post here. Let everybody talk about it. It doesn't matter. Post it.
Now the danger is that girls need crumple, no also need boy back up. It everyone say, oh, Sammy, what fast way? A question that me baby postino. Now, who posting it? Now, also, when your problem go by there, what have I done now?
What post here is anything I can say, member no going to me post here. Who are they cheating with? Emana.
I can't be that.
What must say? Emana.
Block me.
Oh, but Sammy, a fool for Baba. I said that's why the manager to Batu Baba.
Anybody come on me, man?
So we went here for winning them say. I said I don't know that anything. Second one everybody say. But your member one who you have been just sing along here. But we were supposed to be
But say manage.
I don't remember page in my
To send a man on a genuine way, a fan of Moya post to be no. And check on the back of my mama move.
I will mess them.
Back on the bar, will be on funny personal. When will be on funny personal. Alright, so post me on Twitter, post me on Insta, post me on Facebook. My Misa Kobiche. But my man now say the number say obeti me a friend. Say Kobiche true. And that's when I'm baby sir. You obeti me a friend now. The number is on your screen 0243514732. That is the number. Akwaboah is here. Any question that we've not asked that you also want to ask, feel free, because we do the show with you. You can ask him. And Akwaboah should be in chair. Or should be or COVID but then you can also call and talk to your staff. Come na me bisa say ehifana ye posti ye effective na a blogger na power also. Ehifana ye posti ye effective
Instagram. The Facebook they am in time post.
Oh, okay. Ye posti ye Instagram.
I post me time bensa.
Oh. No pa mid morning. 11 on.
If my caption shares here.
Me say me post me ya me fa caption because me no cry say e be say post cry caption.
But why the animation video? I then I want to try one forget be na at least I can the so posting on card in 2 video anymore.
Oh, say COVID into no you know practice.
Oh, but I said they also posting their COVID no COVID on in that.
That be obi koka be we want am back. 2 months me and I just want to do buza ko man country. Obi koda baby. Obi ba gonya coffee na COVID ne buy. Ti ba da me say be 2-3 months hu no. Them go job business be me fan say sa
na wan say how posting no because me nim etin and face dia meeting dey attach Akwaboah say Akwaboah type posting way
the mobile number you are calling cannot be reached.
Sometimes I mean to make us say because of when you mean fast tempo no intiminya airplay or if as a parties are man for sasa or selected place where you wish your song can be played there and you'll be cool and
senka wufre bochire ba or airport say and I been flight in Musing oh bana their songs one my select here obeko mo asan obeti mahwe Ghana for there
some submitting.
I don't know say it has to be
yes you have to submit
to them
to the airline. Sometimes the airline has a PR legal so you have to submit.
Okay, I wanna this hotels all around. Yeah, boy, and I made me go press a information on rotation, but I dear Saka from this time, Echo news okay about Akwaboah and I'm a pa obo. Akwaboah, and I say anytime you open good music, we are only baby hour. When I hit Akwaboah, oh, Fatima, no, me can't. No,
yes, I come now talk about the selected places of your songs.
She said, we say, oh, say we can't. Many actually say be a flight we about who free flight more back. Or Ghana more, so we airport more banner. I was like, you may be here now. Ghana, you be here now. Come here. At the end of but yes, selected time you are one of my news here.
Radio, no, you can't find Nama Akwaboah.
I don't come on. I mean, come on. Don't people say, and now so I said, we can't over open good music. But yes,
recently we had a discussion be about young human idea and fancy capacity a brochure for betting me to and your brochure from your Ghana for you betting me about land, a bit more about Nigeria, a bit more about Guinea. Almost you entire fabric for she my near composition in tree. I know so over the years when you be watch on side experience when you be and fancy be a streaming a bar records no countries been there streaming you more language out from say.
Okay, maybe the but my cousin said that and share Sanya man. But me who didn't hear, I mean, a question of business here. Language somehow is not the barrier
to your songs.
Yes.
One year records are say outside Ghana.
Okay.
I'm not for Gusuti.
Aye. Last time, see, I think the Mekoni Ghana music.
Yeah.
Now, me sure be a born UK to American or Muti those places in the Muti.
I would say no Ghana form war on Etiana. Akwaboah ka say do say unya feedback from London US. And I mean say enya lord dia mo adeti enye anoma.
And it's there be
me ba if you pa ba ko friend. Bra, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Pardon me.
Nyame adom bibi ekoyi.
Yede nyame ase. Me ma so me tie mu nyina na Akwaboah so dey we legend kasa. Sana bra sa me so dey we can say ko bitini mo nyina mo nyina me tie mu nyina mo legend. Na me so ade ba ko bi na ka ma nyina me person bisa. Ever since Akwaboah and the post me ne ba no, I've not seen the legend living legend Sarkcess so to see on the timeline and any of the handles. So I just want to find out if there is something going on between Honest and as we post as well. I didn't think any was here.
Our post here they name you.
And as we post as well, I didn't think Akwaboah the Yamba and now see who be often some of the ADP not only post.
Okay. Now what should I call check it say what post here now?
Because according to me following the plan reading actually pictures from Twitter to Instagram.
Wow. Okay. All right, Minia, better say. Right here that Akwaboah.
I think the opposite or IG
video
yes, opposite how the video IG. But minimum and number chibana so or share or call
I think say we most of the pictures and any videos in the market about 352. People say we
I think
sometimes
maybe until you are not friend or point ana.
Yeah, but William say come on man and me man to was a bacho. I got get to me the baba. Man only 5 first impression.
Okay. So still on the people listening abroad or outside Ghana and the language thing. Now we should come about say a month 40 or land in the USA.
Yeah, because me share you know also ube home with Carlos okay tiwa but as to omo now I can't tell the same thing but recently when I mail big grandpa omo ye bibi across the globe which is 193 countries I was the only person choosing in Ghana.
Wow.
I'm telling you, maybe to me, you know, really, but we are metro be that tells you say the Oyan Olisha and no motion of those Sammy, they are very born and a sabo for Guanamebo festival. What must say?
Yeah.
See Guanamebo festival for like an hour or two. What must say? Live band will Guanamebo. Into mint me say. In as much as I say UK, US, they listen a lot to my songs. Yeah,
and I keep telling people you have to stop because so be patapaya nyom na se nyom na ko global and yet Pan-African hit too. It's a global hit too to the extent that Bakokra Beye biggest jargon on social media scope to manner. You have to fear artists like that. And your Chrome has said anything that they be artist name brand here and they be carrying the whole thing they be able to say on you say for all you know when you sit down with Patapa that's a young house and you be surprised and if Patapa was doing a music like Akwaboah, should we have all artists do like Akwaboah? It wouldn't make sense. We need to encourage every talent who is doing music in this industry because for all you know that record never out now can be the biggest.
Okay, thank you, big man, Kobiche.
Yes, so my advice is to the media.
Okay.
Akwaboah interviewer, legend, all the accolades, all the attributes, legendary, any callers, Today, let me address the media first. Akwaboah shows like a legend. Let's welcome legend. We are born in yourself. Because I am Mubana Mom's title now. We all know Akwaboah is good. It's other than that is one thing. And I fans and also Munina more fresh is here. Big shout out to Akwaboah, legendary. Kind of say legend. Then say Baba retire. It's no Muslim fans na mo can legend. For the same energy na mo ka say legend. Na mo fe pushing them. What I say? I think say no I never continue almost on social media platform na YouTube.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Nam.
Yeah,
thank you.
I can only wish him the best.
Okay.
Beautiful track, very, very in-depth in his musical knowledge, Maybe Messi advised na me earlier also. Say he should be able to separate the creativity from the business, so that everything we are pushing forward. We all suffer from that kind of thing.
Thank you.
I think this has been very educative and one of the smooth discussions. You need celebrity, and we will reach from time to time. I am Akwaboah Besraina.
I see Papa.
This is a platform. We are singing, and I wish we can do it just to grow our craft and our trade here in Ghana. From Sammy Flex, thanks to all my great guys, Mr. Na from Dream Studio, Kobiche, one of your favorite bloggers, and Kobiche said Munko the YouTube na Munko channel, Munko subscribe to the channel no, Kobiche News Live, no subscribe na unyambo views na Akwaboah and amount phone so YouTube video. Get the song to as part of your playlist. Stream it everywhere you are. To Nanaya Radio from News Africa, thank you so much, and to Akwaboah himself. I'm sure said from time to time about China, thanks to Digital Rasta Currency, Richie Flex, Lapiji, Tilia Pianipa, Barima, and Intim Do the Solomon. Sammy Flex, let's meet, protect yourself.